Hello and welcome to this week's angling blog. It's about 2 weeks since the last session where we had that lovely £14 pike, and since then it's not stopped raining. The river's flooded again, and that's the sad part about it, because you know there's fish there to be caught and nice fish. I'm just hoping we get a window of opportunity again where we can get back on there and have a go for them, but it's just not stopped being raining. It's getting down to a level, raining, and it's going back up again. So today we're on Canal, and the plan is I'm going to put a dead bait ledger rod in the middle on a big bait, you know, hoping to see if there's a big girl about, and then float rods either side. And the plan today is to cover a lot of water, so try as many swims as we can. I think if you put a bait near the pike at this time of year, my theory is that it'll eat it because it's that time of year, and that goes for day or night. October is a time of plenty for pike as well. The water's got colour, the bait fish are moving, so they can pick and choose baits, I think. But this time of year, I think if a pike bait goes near the pike, it's going to eat it. You know, whether it's a sardine or a small smelt, it's going to eat it and find room to store it. It's not going to turn up an easy meal. So today, cover as much water as possible. It's going to be hard because it's so clear, and let's see if we can get, you know, a pike each would be a start, but it's not going to be easy. Let's have a quick look at the setups, and we'll have a look at what baits we're going to use for today. Right, so really quickly, anyone who's been watching the channel for a while will know what I'm going to say now, but the rig for the day, £60 Drennan braid, piker braid. It's a Fox rubber float stop. I've missed a bead off today, but I normally have a bead. An inline float, you can use any inline float, down to an 18 gram weight onto a quick change swivel, and then that is my normal 18-inch wide trace that I make myself, and I'll put a link at the top of the video as always to my pike trace making video for anyone who wants to make their own. But yeah, like I said in October, I showed this rig the first time in October on the very first video, and here we are in January, so yeah, the end of January it is. Still using the same rig, so very versatile, simple, and in pike fishing, unless there's something that you need a specialist rig for, like maybe a paternoster over weed, in every other scenario, simplicity is key. Simple mechanics. That fishes just over depth, so it sits like that, and as soon as the pike moves, you get an instant notification on the float. A simple rig, but it works. So yeah, that's the rig that I'll be using today for the dead baits. Yeah, dead simple rig. Right, our Baz is just casting his rod in now, but my rig's exactly the same, and this is how it works in principle. Obviously you've got the weight and the float. The weight goes down to the bottom, and as you can see there, that's how I have my floats, just so it's at like an angle. You can see there, if I zoom in, on it there, you can see that the stop knot is right up against the float, so as soon as anything moves with it, that float's going to move straight away, and you'll get an indication straight away on the float. It can't help, when it's that sensitive, it can't help but show an indication. As soon as anything touches that, you're going to see some type of movement on the float on the bottom. So that is it in the water and how it will sit. And if you spend a bit of time just plumbing up, you can get it set so it's just perfect like that. And that's exactly why I use the two high vis beads, because as you can see there, when they're cocked like that, if that wasn't cocked up, they'd lie flat on the water. But now, because there's two of them and it's against the float stop, you can see how they sit proud of the water, and that lets me know that it's set at the correct depth. So yeah, that is how it will sit in the water. So baits for today. On the ledger rod, I'm going to put out a whole heaven. As I say, the big girl comes across that. she will eat it, there's no two doubts about it. You know, when you're talking about double figure pike, that's a normal meal. And on the other float rod, I'm going to put a small skimmer bream. You know, on the theory that that's what most of them will be eating, a bit of a more natural bait. And I think our bass is going with a smelt. So all the time, this ledger rig is coming back with weed on it, like that. So what I've done, made up a pop-up rig, so that hopefully will sit up off the bottom and eliminate getting a bait in like that. So let's get it out, see if it makes a difference. Clear margins for the video, can show you how it works. So there's the lead going down, and as you can see, the bait will sit up off the bottom like that. And when it's under tension, obviously, it'll sit above any weed. When you pull it down, when you tighten up, it goes back down and just sits above the weed. So your bait is always fishing. So let's get it out and see if it makes a difference. Right, so just looked into the first pike of the day. Little small jack. Let's get him in. And while I was playing that, Baz's rod went as well. So that's a little small jack as well. What I'm going to do is going to give man away because it's a bit of a chunky one. And we'll have a look at it, see how much it weighs. But yeah, as I say on all socials, when you both get one, it's what it's all about. Right, and there's that pike, a lovely 10-pound pike, and say in all her winter condition, got plenty of depth to her, and she's a lovely example of a winter pike. Like in the last video, full of her winter colours, vibrant, and at this time of year they're in top condition, just waiting to spawn. And this one, like the last one on the other video, has got a job to do. So we won't keep it out too long, but yeah, a lovely pike, a lovely January double figure pike. Let's get her back in the water and have a look at our bases. Right, there's both pike together, our bases on top and mine on the bottom, and showing a healthy ecosystem when you've got pike of all sizes. Let's get these pike back in the water and get them released. Both pike now well rested in the net. Like I always say, you've got to rest them. And time for him to go back. There goes number one. Down she goes to the bottom to soak. And I think he's hanging about so he don't become dinner. And then this one's hanging about because she's just sat down there. And he'll go right into the edge, I imagine, to get away from her. So two fish there of varying sizes. One obviously a breeding female at 10 pounds. She was short and had the depth and the physique of a female pike that's about to breed. If anyone's been watching the series, on the water where we were in search of a double figure pike, that little water we tried, and we were getting all the jacks, maybe now you see what I meant there, that the pike we were getting there didn't have that depth that a female pike has. So that's where the theory from that would come from on that video. That is what a breeding female looks like. 10 pounds, short, but it's got the depth. All them other pike that we've had on that venue have been quite thin, and they've had no depth to them to tell me that they were a female pike. So yeah, very good for the venue to see two pike of different sizes like that as well. It shows that you've got a breeding female at 10 pounds, but then you've got one at 2. That's maybe one of her offspring from years gone, from the year before or last year's breeding, that shows that there's enough food there for them to survive, to feed, and the ecosystem is in balance. It's got a good set of predators, and there must be the silverfish to support them. And yeah, the two captures there that let you know that a venue is in good nick. It's got the breeding females, and it's also got the offspring that are doing, you know, it was in good condition. Right, so we're in the third swim of the day now, and it's gone a bit quiet. And then two pike, like you know, the more the pike fish, the more I'm finding there is periods where the pike feed. I've had too many double takes or periods where nothing's happened and then both rods have gone like that. So yeah, we're in the third swim of the day, and it has gone a bit colder and the wind's got up and a bit more unpleasant. So just hoping now, got about an hour to go, and hoping we get one more take between us, because it has been slow since that fish. But like I say, you come for one and we've got what we come for, so anything else will be a bonus. But fingers crossed the rods go again. Right, we're getting on for midday now, so the session's coming to an end. Just them two pike today, which, given the conditions and how bad they've changed, it's dropped degrees in the last hour and a half. The temperature has really dropped, and given how clear the conditions are, I think we've done really well to get, you know, two pike on the bank. A worthwhile session because we covered a lot of area today, and in a lot of the swims we didn't have a touch, but in one area we had a few knocks and them two pike. So for other trips now, it's pinpointing them areas, and that's what you've got to do. You know, you've got to get out there and put the time in. If you get out there, put the time in and work your venues out, next time you go, you can go straight to that spot and have an idea that the pike might be there, because they won't move far at this time of year. They'll sit in an area, they'll keep the bait fish in an area, and they'll sit in a certain area. So well worthwhile session today. It's another piece of the jigsaw, and that'll go for years to come as well. So yeah, two pike on the bank. As I say, you know, you've got to be happy if you come and get one chance of a pike, to get one each, and you know, two pike. Yeah, good session on the bank. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Tight lines in your own fishing. I think there's about a week left on the video to enter the competition, so get your entries in on that, and I'll catch us all next time.